Hello, welcome to the land of Kakiak. I'm Laurel, and I homeschool my 3 boys at home using the Robinson curriculum as the base of our education. Today, it's Thursday night. Thursday's actually when I like to do my planning if I can, and it just so happens that tonight's a nice quiet night. So I'm going to snuggle in and work in my planner, and I'll take you along and show you my thoughts going forward this week, and also this new How to Study Your Bible for Kids that I just picked up. I'll kind of thumb through it with you. I just got it, and I just wanted to give you a chance to look through it too, and I'll talk to you a little bit about why I chose it. So I have 3 kiddos, 6th grader, 2nd grader, preschooler. And I'm going to start in my 6th graders. The first thing we usually do every day is Bible. And we are currently in Wonderful. That's this one, Ancient Psalms. So we are on Psalm, what did we do today? I think we did 123 today. So we only have 150 Psalms to go over. And then there's the section in the back. So we've got about 25 left. See, then there's a section in the back called Going Deeper. Anyways, where they go a little bit deeper. So I thought, well, I think I've been just doing one a day. I think I'm just going to go over these last few Psalms a little faster this upcoming week, and then maybe do some of the Going Deeper ones. That's cool. That is probably going to be better for my older son. But I'm thinking I might have him use that might be a good introduction to using his new study Bible, which looks like this, his Action Bible Study Bible. So I wanted him to be able to break it in. Anyway, so we're coming close. We're kind of, coming close to wrapping this book up. And we've got a lot of mileage out of this book. Just so, I don't know, if anybody is thinking, because a lot of these things, like, they're like, oh, it's only like 8 weeks worth of, whatever, these like little Bible studies and stuff. And you're like, oh, I don't want to have to like come up with something new every 8 weeks or whatever it is. So, yeah, if you're looking for something that you can get a lot of mileage out of, Wonderful. And then also the other one, Theology. They both lasted a long stretch of time, like multiple months. Just do one topic, if it's theology, or one psalm a day. Sometimes we've done 2 psalms in a day just because some of them are really, really short. And I'll just tell you how, just real quick, just in case you're wondering how I use these, because I feel like I haven't talked about it in a little while. So I just bought my 2 boys who are doing this their own Bible composition notebooks. And I wanted ones that were like Christian looking. I'll try to link these for you down below. These are nice big ones. These aren't like the smaller composition. This is like full letter size. And this one is, I think, my 2nd graders. So we would just read the Psalms. We were reading the King James version. And then we would just I would take notes on the board, and they basically are copying the notes, and I'd have them do any type of vocab, or just like anything I noticed, like if they're using a lot of metaphors, and we talk about metaphors, talk about poetry, and let them do any type of drawing that came to mind with them. So that's how we've been using it, and you can see we've gotten a lot. Let me see, we're already all the way to, I hate when I do something I don't use a whole notebook, but I think we're going to use almost the whole notebook with this, so that's good. And this is my 6th graders. They have very different styles. It's really funny. Anyway, so I have this notebook. I take notes on the board, and they copy that stuff down. We get out the dictionary. And then I was using my small, compact Bible dictionary, but I just recently bought a bigger one. This one, because the Holman Illustrated Bible Dictionary, because I wanted the color pictures in it. It's just the kids like it better. We all like looking at color, but I love seeing the pictures in there. And there's a good amount of them too. This stuff always just stops us in our tracks when we are going to look something up. Like we're like, who is that guy? Or what does that mean? You know, they mention places, even in the Psalms, you know, like geographical places. And so we'll look them up in here and we'll get to learn stuff. You know, like look at it on the map or whatever. We just kind of let the scriptures speak to us on a moral level, but also like on an academic level. And then I will oftentimes go to YouTube and find a New King James version. And there's one I like, there's a channel that I like, I'll link it for you, that are nice to listen to them, especially if the kids have their own Bible and they can read along while they listen to the reader. And a lot of times they'll have them set to music, which we think is neat because, you know, the Psalms probably were set to music. Anyways, so yeah, we've just gotten a lot out of this book, way more than I thought we would. And also, so you do need a Bible because these don't have, they don't tell you they don't have the whole Psalm in them. They may have they'll always have a little verse from it there, which I like to have them do some kind of copy work. So if nothing speaks to me exactly, I don't know what to have them do as copy work. They can just do this as their copy work. But these are really neat. And yeah, we did the theology one first, and now we're doing wonderful, but this is going to be wrapping up soon, and I went ahead and picked up, like I think I just showed it to you, but let's look at it together. How to Study Your Bible for Kids. So there's a teacher guide, and then there's like a student workbook. And I was looking through the teacher guide earlier today, and it's neat. So there's multiple ways you can use it. So, you know, homeschooling, parents and family Bible study, Sunday school teachers, or classroom teachers. And they give kind of some instruction and instructional strategies. I thought this was neat. They gave some stuff like writing as a response reinforces learning. And so this method is prevalent in these books. Encourage students to share ideas and insights with you and other students. And then she goes into talking about reading. She goes into where she's talking about reading. She says, reading is the highest intellectual activity of the human experience. More sectors of the brain are active than in other endeavors, including mathematics and flying an airplane. It's the most totally interactive processing of information, even when children are reading Mother Goose. So take time for students to read aloud with a friend. She said, just reading out loud and listening promote interactions between the brain's left and right hemispheres and activate little used pathways. Reading silently activates a much smaller part of the brain. I was like, that's so cool. I just really like that she made that point. And I actually brought it up to my oldest son today because we're doing spelling boot camp, and part of the program is they're supposed to, on their own and independently, review their phonograms and their spelling flashcards, like the rule flashcards and definition flashcards I've been giving them as we go through it. And I've told them to read it out loud to yourself, and like they don't have to be loud. Like they can plug their ears. Like you can try this if you haven't done this before. But if you plug your ears, and you could talk quietly, it sounds loud in your own head. You know what I mean? Anyways, my middle son, he's totally into it. He's more extroverted. My older son's very more introverted, and he does not like to be loud. He doesn't want to read out loud. He doesn't want to do anything like that. And so he's been like really kind of defiant about trying to just not read out loud and review out loud. And so I read this to him because I was reading this while he was doing some schoolwork today. I was like, Everett, listen to this. This is why I tell you guys to do things out loud. You don't have to do it loudly, but just out loud so you can hear yourself. I was like, don't cheat yourself of the opportunity to build those pathways, to really get the brain activated and strengthened like you could. So anyways, I appreciated that little tidbit there. Anyways, so I part of the reason why I picked this one, because it seemed like it came from, there was a lot of products to choose from. So if we like this one, there's a lot of other Bible studies that we could continue on with. So I like that. I like a product line. I like finding a product line I like and sticking with it. And then also I want this to be the first one because it's the How to Study Your Bible. What's it called? Inductive reasoning or inductive logic. So there's guided instruction, and it just is, it's all very like laid out for me. And I believe she said there's there's 5 activities a week. And see, I've got all the answers to go through, and she advises you to, read it like the night before, like do it before yourself, because that'll make you a better teacher. I'm gonna be honest, like I'm not gonna do that. Like, I am just gonna open it up, and we are just all, the 3 of us are just gonna do it together at the same time. But maybe if I was like using this for like a co-op or like a Sunday school, and I'd probably be more wanting to be more prepared. But just like, this is my day-to-day life. Like I can't keep up. I can't give myself homework. I really can't. I have enough. But looking at it, I don't think I really need to. So this is theirs for them to keep, and they can write in it. And they were pretty reasonably priced. Let me see. Let me look. Oh, I ordered it on Amazon. Let me tell you how much I paid. Okay, for the student workbooks, brand new, these were $12.99 a piece. But I mean, you could get them used, but they might have writing in them, which would kind of like ruin the whole point. If like you want them to do their own work. Anyways, and then the teacher's guide, brand new, was $22.76. They did have used ones, but I was looking at the used ones, and used, like with shipping, ended up being usually like more or the same as buying it brand new. So it was $22.76. So I was like, if I like it, I don't know. I don't know if the other ones in the series are that expensive. Now it's got me like wanting to go down a rabbit trail. What's this one? Here's one. It doesn't seem like it has a teacher's guide. It seems like it's just a Bible study. It is called Lord, Teach Me to Pray for Kids. It's just $12.99. They're under the Discover 4, like number 4 yourself, inductive Bible studies for kids by Kay Arthur and Jana. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to say it. ARNDT. Arndt? I don't know how to say that. Anyways, so yeah, they have questions. What did they say? It says the mystery of observation, interpretation, and application. She says just the facts. This is day 1. So we're going to talk about what is observations. It means, what does this say? Interpretation, what does this mean? And application asks, how does the meaning of this truth, these facts, these commands and instructions in the Bible apply to me? What am I to believe? What am I to do? So this is going to be, I just think this is going to be good exercise. I think this is going to really help the intimidation factor with studying the Bible for them. Anyway, so we're not quite ready to start these because I still have a little bit of the Psalms left to do. I'm just so excited. I just really want to start it now. I will just pencil in. I'm just going to continue with the Psalms. And the Psalms have been like so good. Personally, I just finished reading, Job. Oh my gosh, I've just been doing my chronological reading plan. And that was a slog. That's all I can say. All right, so math. Okay, Everett's still working through his Saxon on his own. And I just record after he's done. And then I which one he did and his score to see, if he missed too many, he would have to redo it. So I don't put in the lesson number. Reading. Okay, he's just reading. And then I'm just going to actually just put page, and I'll just record it each day what he gets to, because, yeah, he seemed to have a hard time sticking to the reading plan this week. I think he's about a day behind what I had planned, so I'm just not going to put that expectation in here. So that's just one less thing I'm not setting myself up to get annoyed about. And he's going to do his chapter summaries. I think this is the last year that I have him do my chapter summaries and book summary packet. Now it's making, what do I have planned for next year? Yeah, I actually started doing writing and rhetoric instead. He's going to do book 3 and 4 this year. Oh, yep. I'm going to have him do how to to like do how to write a book report and lit analysis and how to read like a lit professor. Yeah, so next year he won't be having to do that anymore. I mean, he may want to continue to do chapter summaries if he wants to, just to be able to do his book report, but I think it's just not going to be a thing that I like assign, you know. I've already showed him how to do book summaries and chapter summaries, and it's up to him to like take it to the next level when the expectation is being raised, you know what I mean? But we are going to read how to read like a lit professor and how to write a book report and literary analysis. And I already have those. I'll do probably, what is it? It's March? I don't know. Tell me if you guys want me to do my curriculum picks for like the upcoming school year. Tell me when you want me to do those and I'll do it, because I already know everything pretty much that I'm going to do. I already actually have bought pretty much everything, so I can just show it to you. But let me know when you guys want to see that. I'm going to move that up here. I actually updated my language arts sequence, but I haven't reprinted it yet. So he's going to do his vocab lesson. So yeah, this was his first week working in Red Hot Root Words book 2. And it has double the words. I noticed it doesn't seem like it's taking him double the time to do his assignments though, so that's good. I'm just kind of taking a look to see. He's been doing it. Yeah, he is. Okay. Looks like he didn't do these two. Busted. Well, he didn't do this one today either. Okay. Yeah, he needs to do this. Well, someone's busted. They're going to have to do double tomorrow. Okay, so he's doing lesson 2 next week. Hyper, super, sir. So he's doing writing and rhetoric, and I'm just going to put what page, W and R for writing and rhetoric. We're just going to keep working through this, and I'm just going to write down whatever page we end on. Some days just it's hard to say like what you can do in a day, because some things we just kind of take more time on. Like some days we can go through like 6 pages in a day, and like today we did 2. And then, so for writing, okay, we're doing writing and rhetoric, and then we're still working our way through our spelling boot camp. So by the way, I've been doing this and I've been making notes. So this is a free resource if you just kind of need something to, get you just kind of like jumpstart your spelling with your kids, or maybe even like remedial. And I talked about it more in another video, I'll link it down below. But I've been making just like so many notes in here as I go. And I'm thinking when we're all done with it, that I may do an updated version. I may go in and like add in my extra notes that I've been making. Anyways, if you are using this and that would be helpful to you, leave me a comment. Say, yes, I want your notes. Yeah, I'm thinking, I might be doing spelling boot camp. Like, I feel like it might be a good thing to do like every year. This is the first year we've done it, so it's going slower. But honestly, I think it's really fun. Like, I really enjoy it. And it really lets me like check in and see where their understanding is and what is it that they're kind of forgetting, and what they need a little more practice on. So it gives me a chance to like keep up some practice and review of stuff. And that's something you can, customize to your child and how they're responding. Okay, so science, ocean anatomy. Let me just put in. I already did all my planning in the notebook, so I'm just gonna copy down what's coming up out of here. Okay, and when I write Burgess, let's go to Thornton W. Burgess, but I've been reading this book to the kids, and sometimes it's just a little much to do reading this book and doing this at the same time. So I'm actually finding that sometimes just splitting this up into like an afternoon reading is better than trying to put it all together. So this is gonna it's from the point of view of these animals. It's like a living book. And I actually really like it. It's really descriptive. And it's got, it like features a certain animal in each chapter that they describe all these things about it. So like we learned a bunch about spider crabs today, a bunch about crabs in general. And then I went to my big ocean book and we looked up crabs. And then I let the kids, we looked up some crab videos on YouTube. And it was actually really fun. It's really enjoyable. I feel like you could just use this for science and just do that. Just get like a notebook and have the kids, do, and it's shorter. So this is going to be, I know it's just the chapters are really short. But anyways, I thought this was super fun. I'm really enjoying this book, but I just feel like we're getting even so much more out of it than I expected. So anyways, I just like this book. I thought I would tell you. I'll link it for you down below. Okay. So science, we're not doing history right now. And then I just have to plan for our activities. All right, on to William. So Will, my second grader. Okay, math, he's still just doing a workbook page, his flashcards, and a math game. He's still just working on those math facts. Reading, he's doing McGuffey Revised and the Imagine Copywork, 1 page. And then he's doing McGuffey Original. And then he's doing his sentence workbook. Of course, he's doing Spelling Boot Camp. He's going to give me a summary, beginning, middle, and end on these days. Comprehension, questions. Give me another beginning, middle, and end summary. And comprehension, questions. And then for science. So those two are planned for. And then the only other thing, it's not really a planning thing, but I just did, I just planned for the whole month of March recently. I think last week, and so I've got my heavy number day and my heavy letter day. I need to move over my day C, my little goal assessing day. We're just gonna see so I can tick off the boxes of when he masters certain things. Okay. And then I was just gonna show you, I thought I'd just show you something kind of fun that we did in our preschool this week. So I've talked about this before. I just, used cardstock. I went on my PowerPoint and made like a circle, and then I just used a brad and a paper clip to make a little spinner, Anyways, so we're working on the numbers 1 through 20 right now with Bo for preschool. And I've moved him up to, he had the 1-to-1 relationship down. But so I'm kind of starting to switch up some of his games. So we were using those little vase gems as counters. I'll probably still use them in other circumstances, but I went ahead and bought these number rods. So like today, I just set a rule like that we had 10 turns, say there's 10 rounds, and we would spin. So we got a 9. So then I would, first we like set it up. We just made ourselves a little, like a 10, 9, is this 8? 8. I just set it up so we could see easily what color it was for which number. And it also comes with it's at the bottom with a little card. But I used these to, whatever we landed on, we would take that number, and put it. So I got a 7 in my my first round slot until I had 10. And the goal was to use as few rods as possible. So, we're trying to, all the ones that actually, are 10 or above, we always want to start with a 10. And I'm trying to get them to see the relationship, that everything above 10 is 10 plus some ones, right? I'm trying to get them to make that connection. So 10, and 7, this is 17. And then there was a couple times where I had to have them count it out, all the little, because I don't know if you can see this on camera, but there's these little notches on these. And you can feel the lines with your finger that this is 10, and this is 7 of these blocks. And then the little white ones, count for 1. And so I would have him, because he kept wanting to just grab these, right? This is what he's familiar with, is the 1-to-1 relationship. And so I kept trying to stop him and say, no, like, let's say he got a 7, then he would be wanting to get out 7 ones. So I made the game that the winners at the end is whoever had the fewest, used the fewest rods. We actually we had tied today because we played. But, I had to get him a couple times to, count out 7. Because I'd be like, this is 7 too. And he'd be like, no, Mom, this is 7. I'm like, no. And so we'd lay him out so he could see that this is 7, that they're the same, that 7 ones is the same as 1 7. Anyway, so this is how I'm trying to teach him that relationship right now, this kind of number sense thing. So 17, that'd be mine, and then he would go, say he got 14. So he would do a 1 and a 4, on his side. And I just had to put a cap on it, like 10 times each. And then we counted up to see who had the least. And so he's also learning least and more, least and greatest. Anyways, I just took a marker and wrote the numbers on there. And we still use this for, like, originally we used this for phonics, right? Like, you can just take all your phonics cards and actually just line them all kind of in a big circle, even on top of each other is fine. And put this on it, top, and spin it. And then just take whatever one's on top, flip it over and see what it is. Anyways, yeah, this is like right now, like my most used classroom resource for my preschooler. Anyways, I just thought I like these. I saw them a lot, people recommending using these for number sense, and I just hadn't bought them yet because I just didn't feel like, they were necessary yet. But now that I saw that they would be actually useful and helpful, and I just went ahead and bought it. And actually it comes with like quite a few. There's quite a bit in here. So, and there's a couple cards in there too. Wait, I'll link these for you down below just in case. Boy, let me tell you how much I paid for them. I always want to tell people how much I paid for it because I hate when you're like, oh, that looks really cool. And then you go to the link, you're like, oh my God, it's like $1 million. Let me see. Where are these? These were $25.81. So that's what they are at the time of this video. So that's all I was going to show you about preschool. Okay, well, my planning's done. I feel good. I'm ready. I'm ready for the week. Okay, have a good one.